What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I want to discuss how you can make anything happen. Literally, you can make anything happen no matter what. Honestly, it wasn't that long ago that I felt real stuck in a situation that I wanted to get out of so badly. And even though the method I took to get out wasn't the best method, it still was good enough to get me to a better place. So like for example, I was stuck in this toxic household, and you know, I'm gonna be 25 in like a couple months. In 2 months I'm gonna be 25. I'm gonna be 25 really soon. And I spent all the time that I spent being 24, I literally spent it. I spent all of being 24 just trying to get myself in a better position so that I can get out of that household I was stuck in. And I found a job that was like so close by that I could walk, and I managed to save like 3-4 grand, right? And at first, my intuition was telling me there were two vehicles that I thought would be good options to get away. One was a Dodge Grand Caravan, for a 98 Dodge Grand Caravan. And the other is what I'm in right now, 2000 Toyota Sienna. Now let me explain how, even if, I gotta tell you guys this story. I really do, because this is just recent. I ended up buying the Dodge, right? And the thing about me is that I don't know what this is, right? But it's like, I don't trust vehicles that are not known for their reliability. I just don't like driving cars like that. I do not. But for some reason, my intuition was telling me to buy the Dodge. So I did buy the Dodge. And I bought it for 25. I should have bought it for less, but I was so desperate to get out of that house that I was willing to give the guy whatever just to have that car. So I gave him what he wanted. Now I know better than to do that. Now I should have just offered less, but whatever, you know. So I ended up with the Dodge, and that fear kept messing with me. You know, oh, it's a Dodge. Like, I have this weird fear of driving vehicles that are not known for their unreliability. And that particular Dodge, based off of reviews that I saw, it was known for its unreliability. And for what the price that I paid, I felt like I should have just got it for less or whatever. So, and because I was stuck in that house, I wasn't in the right mind space, because your environments can affect you. Everybody knows that your environment can affect you. And these people, these so-called family members, they are real fear-based. So certain fears that I have they're probably not even my own fears, right? And I ended up selling it not too long after buying it. And I shouldn't have, but I did. I got like $1,800 back. So I was short. And I really wanted, it's like, the reason why I sold it is because I wanted my intuition to say yes to the Toyota Sienna. I wanted it to be a yes, but it was saying no for some reason. It was saying yes to the Dodge and no to the Toyota. And I'm like, why would you say yes to a Dodge and no to a Toyota? Now I see why. The Toyota, which I'm in right now, I think the engine is making some, I don't know if the engine is like making like a slight knocking sound or something, but it's making some kind of sound. Like when I'm hitting the gas. Maybe I could show you. It's doing it right now. Pop the hood. As it idles, it's doing it. Now, there's a reason why I'm showing you all this, okay? Just bear with me. Bolts are missing. I mean, transmission acts up sometimes. I don't know if you can hear it. It's so slight. The exhaust is so loud, you can't really hear it over the exhaust. But there's something going on in there. But it's a Toyota, right? Now this is the tricky part about this story. This is the tricky part about this story, I'm telling you. Now, you guys are probably already thinking, oh, you're crazy. Like, why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Check this out. So, I've been driving this thing for the past... And I knew it had the freaking sound when I bought it. I only bought it for $1,000. I only bought it for $1,000. I wanted to get a deal. I wanted such a deal where it's a Toyota, it's what I want, and it's so damn cheap at the same time. That's what I want. Because people nowadays, they want to sell these Toyotas for like $5,000-$6,000. It's already got 200,000 miles. Oh, well, it lasts a long time. But that defeats the whole purpose of buying a 200,000 mile Toyota. The whole point of buying a 200,000 mile Toyota is it's supposed to be cheap. It's gonna last a long time. It's a cheap, reliable option. You don't sell a 200,000 mile Toyota for $5,000. I might as well go out and buy a low mileage, Dodge. And this is exactly why I should have just kept the Dodge, right? Now, that was the mistake I made. But I ended up getting a job at a car wash. Now you can see the logo there. And this job, it don't pay that bad. It happens to be in a suburban neighborhood, so people give good tips. So you're not just making your 16, 17 an hour. You're not just making that. You're walking home with an extra like 40, 50 bucks in your pocket per day. So I'm not even touching the checks. I'm getting by just off of tip money alone. And I've been driving this thing there for the past month. I think it's been a month now that I've been working there. And so far, I went from, I had to insure this thing if I wanted to drive it. So I insured it. I haven't registered it yet, but I have insured it. So, you can't give me any crap about that. Yeah, so I've been driving it for a month and a half, there and back, and it's been keeping up. For a car with an engine that's making a knocking sound like that, for a vehicle that I got for $1,000 that's making a knocking sound like that, the point of this story is no matter where you are right now, notice how in the beginning of this story I made a big mistake and I practically lost all my money. I'm at a point where I almost got all of it back. Everything that I lost, I got 95% of it back. And I'm sitting in a vehicle. And I put a little bit of work into this thing because It needed a wheel bearing, otherwise the wheel was gonna fly off. Like, it needed it badly. So I had to put something into it, right? So I put something into it just to make it go, just so that I can drive the wheels off of it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm gonna do with this thing. I'm gonna drive the wheels off, and drive it till the wheels fall off is the saying. And it's a beater. I do not care about this car. That thing, that the engine can make that noise all day long. Whatever. No matter where you're at right now, I'm telling you, if you're in a situation, you need to get out of there. You need to get out of there now. Dude, just buy whatever and make sure it's cheap. Make sure it's cheap, even if the engine's making some noise or whatever. But make sure if the engine is making some kind of noise, if it does have some kind of issue that will like eventually be a serious problem, you can at least use that vehicle to make some kind of money that you need to get something better. Like, you can always work around your situations. When I first got this thing, I didn't have a job. I felt stuck. Then I got the call, I got the job, I was able to save up the money back. Now I got most of the money back. So I went up, I was up, went down, came back up. Okay? Doesn't matter where you're at right now, you can make something out of your situation. Now this thing, I don't know how much longer it's gonna last, but I'm not, for some weird reason, I'm not that worried about it. Why? Because it's a Toyota. Now some of you might think, oh well, that's dumb, you shouldn't look at it that way. If the engine is making that noise, it's probably not gonna be as reliable as that Dodge. Yeah, I could see that now. I could see that now. That Dodge would have most certainly lasted a long time, considering the fact that the miles weren't that high. So I should have just kept that. I really should have just kept that. But I didn't. I have this phobia with unreliable vehicles because I used to own a Jeep and it would just crap out on me in just wherever, whenever. And that's why, like, I don't want to drive. I really don't want to drive nothing like that no more. I'm getting sick of vehicles like that. And that Dodge would have needed some work too. I needed some suspension work. This thing needs suspension work too, but it's like it's as if the universe put two paths. The universe put two paths in front of me, and each one of them leaned more towards my logic, and the other one leaned towards more the universe's logic. And at first I did pick what the universe wanted me to pick, but then my fear started to kick in, like, oh well, it's a Dodge, this could happen, that could happen, you know, it could break down here, it could break down there. You never know if you're going on an important trip somewhere and it just snaps on you. Now some people might disagree. Oh no, Dodge Grand Caravans, they're reliable, you know, you can trust them, blah blah blah. My experience with American cars, I don't trust American cars no more. I don't trust American cars no more. That Dodge was at like 70,000 miles. This thing's at like 200,000. Now for some reason I thought this was a better option because it was cheaper and it was a Toyota. And Toyotas, they're known to last forever, especially these Siennas. They're known to last forever. Now, I may have made a mistake. I'm not saying that I made the right decision. I'm saying I know I made a mistake. I should have just kept the Dodge, because in these circumstances, the Dodge probably would have been a better option. But with the mindset I had, and knowledge is power anyway. The fact that I sold it and bought this instead, the lesson that I learned from that'll carry value forever. Okay, so I you know, even if I made the wrong decision, that wrong decision teaches me a valuable lesson that I can carry on with me. And at the end of the day, this thing, with all of its flaws, still took me to that job and back to make all the money that I lost learning these lessons. I practically made it all back. Okay, I had $4,000. I'm sitting at 3,500. I practically got it all back. All I need is one more check. 1 or 2 more checks, you know, another 500, another grand, and I got everything back. Because I had like 4,400. Now I'm at 3,500. So, you know, that's still a lot of money. 3,500 is still a lot of money. Now, am I going to go blow it because I made it back? No. No, I want to do something responsible with it. But I did learn a valuable lesson about weighing out your options between the brand name of the vehicle, right? The manufacturer and how they dedicate themselves to reliability compared to the actual condition of the vehicle at hand. And plus the Dodge, when I would put it in reverse, it would go a little bit. This does it hard, but this is obviously, what I'm in right now is obviously not in better condition as the Dodge. It is not. It is not in as good condition as that Dodge was. But you know what? The lessons that I learned from all of those experiences taught me a lesson that is going to carry on for a long time. But what I do give credit to, I do give credit to this Toyota though. I gotta say, for a vehicle with such issues, it's not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad. It's holding up. It's taking me to work. It's climbing hills. I may have to rev it a little harder than I would have with the Dodge, but hey, it's making me my money back. Now, it would be bad if I was trying to make the money back and I only made like 1,500 back, and then that would have been bad. But I'm saying on 35. And if I were to quit right now, I still got my check for the work I did this week waiting for me next week. So technically, let's say I did have my next week check, which is going to come to me anyway because I'm on my days off and I just finished this pay period. I just finished it. So that being, if I haven't gotten paid for that yet, I'm getting paid for it next week. So technically, if I had let's say it was next week, if I were to quit my job right now and just park this thing and leave it parked for good and not move it anymore, I would have a good $4,000 on me. And I did all that in the matter of a month? No way. I'm sure at this point it's got to be at least a month and a half that I've been there. Dude, it's doing its job, all right? It's doing its job. I can't really complain. And plus, if there's one thing that I do like about this experience is not only that lesson I've learned, but I could really put the durability of a Toyota to the test right now. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to really push this thing and see how long it's gonna take for it to finally give out. And I get the feeling that it's probably still gonna last me a little while longer. So this is what $1,000 can do for you. When I bought it for $1,000, I put a little bit of work into it. After I lost, you know, so if I were to weigh it out, right, between the Dodge and this Toyota, when I sold the Dodge to some people who live in New Jersey, I would say that I lost $600-700 compared to when I bought it. I lost some. But you gain it back, bro. You gain it back, and I did gain it back. I don't know how much longer this thing's gonna last me, but because for the past couple of years I've been obsessed with like really knowing how long a Toyota can, what defies the reliability of a Toyota, what really does it. I'll tell you what, you buy yourself a piece of junk Toyota and you push that thing till its last breath. That'll tell you how long, that'll tell you the reliability of a Toyota right there. And that's what I'm doing. And it wasn't what I had in mind. I thought that this thing was going to be in better condition than I expected it to be. But you know what? It's still doing its job. And I got to say, I got to give it credit, because I honestly, personally, I didn't expect it to last this long. In the condition it's in, I didn't expect it to last this long. I didn't. But yeah, that's the story I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what else you would like to hear from me. I got all kinds of stories to tell. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.